Hi guys, it's Mildred. Welcome back to my channel. Before I start my super late March Bujo plan with me, I want to do a little mention of a tea subscription company called SipsP, where I get 4 types of tea for $15 a month. If you guys are interested in joining the tea club, I do have a $5 off coupon for your first order. Here are the following teas that I got: Teeccino French Vanilla, Ahmad Tea Raspberry and Pomegranate, Bewley's Master Blenders Irish Breakfast Tea, and Revolution Tea Blackberry Jasmine Oolong Tea. Out of all of these, I want to do the breakfast tea because why not start off the day with some breakfast tea. Now drink up and let's start bullet journaling. To start off, this month's theme is going to be everything Pokemon. So for my cover page, it is the infamous scene of Jigglypuff singing her tunes in front of Misty, Brock, and Ash, as well as Pikachu and Togepi. And since March is essentially a green palette, I went with the forestry grass background. And then I did use a new brush. It's a lot thicker than what I usually use. I'll link down below what kind of brush I use for the watercolors, but this brush actually maintained a good amount of water content rather than having it super exposed to water and then all my pages basically bleed through the next page. So I try my best to not use a lot of water, but this brush really maintains that. And then for the title of March, I did this cute little music note system for Jigglypuff right next to it. And then with the palette, I just kind of went around what was next to what color on my watercolor I guess dish palette thing. So I was just coloring Jigglypuff as well as Ash, and then Misty's straps or suspenders and Togepi's pattern. And then I did use a lot of layers in order to create a lot more depth for each character. I tried not to go all out because the background was pretty busy with all the leaves that I used. And after a couple of more layers, the cover page is done. Super in love with it. So on to the next page is the infamous Pokédex. And what I noticed is that I don't really utilize the calendar when it's a full bleed or a full spreadsheet. So I just minimize it and put it in just one page rather than 2. And then I put my currentlies onto the right. I was gonna put my moods on the boxes on the right hand side, but I feel like it's not even gonna do much justice. But I really loved how this came out. And then I just put some letterings on the left just to create more colors within the page. And then for the next page is going to be my mood / habits. So obviously I had to include the Eevee evolutions. Eevee is actually my favorite Pokemon because it can obviously evolve into anything and everything it wants to be. I personally love Vaporeon and Espeon, but for the moods, this is probably going to look a little weird, but I made the little paw prints as the moods, so I number them from 1 to 31. And then for the habits, I'm coloring them by different Eevee evolution colors, and then I'll be using my metallic pen or ink or gel pen, and then having these little sparks and stars right next to it. but that's what's going to look like for my habit tracker. It is a little heavy on the drawing, but I love the finished product of it. And now I'm just kind of adding the extra pizzazz, I'm assuming. Just extra color coding, but I did get these same inspirational pictures on Pinterest, so I'll be linking that down below. And my newest and most used spread is the mindset tracker, as well as the financial expense tracker. So obviously I put the mythical and legendary Pokemons, and then I kind of utilized the Mewtwo, I guess, test tubes for the financial expenses. And then what I did was just color in them very quickly. I also put Mewtwo in the little test tube. And then for the background, which was a little tough, but I did a galaxy theme. I tried to go as quick as possible because the paint does dry really fast, and this new brush makes it really watered down. And then after I finished the background, the super messy background, I tried to complement it with some whiteout and making stars and dots and clouds literally like everywhere. I don't think I showed this, but I did write mindset tracker within the actual clouds, and then I wrote all the titles for the finances. Then onto the last page is the weekly, or I guess my first weekly spread, and it's just a basic portrait of Ash and Pikachu just sleeping next to a tree. So all I did was just put it in one side of the spread rather than having it both on both spreads. And then I'll be just writing all my stuffs on the left side of the spread. And then last but not least, I was just adding some red cheeks to Pikachu, and then enhancing the Pokeball, as well as touching up Ash's hat, and then just adding an extra couple of more leaves. Here is the final flip through. I did, unfortunately, for once, plan out my next weekly spreads, which I usually do not do, but since Corona hit, I wasn't able to actually utilize them, so here they are. I basically used my bullet journal as an actual journal of what I did during that quarantine day number 1, 2, 3, and yada yada yada. But thank you guys again so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, and see you next video. Bye!
You too.